Hi everyone. I hope you're having a great weekend. I know it's pouring right now on Saturday. I'm just making this video to give you a quick tour. I've set up the room. I know there can be improvements, but I think it's good for now. A lot of the design ideas are from students in the past. The way they've said they thought like classrooms of the future should look like. Of course, whatever the way it's set out now is not set in stone. If you have ideas, we can start like trying to implement them as we can, like over throughout the months as the months go by. But anyway, I just wanted to give you a quick explanation and a tour of how it's laid out, how it's supposed to work, suggestions on how to use it. Like of course you can use it the way you want to, but I'm just going to give you a little guide. All right, so here we go. Okay, so one thing that you might notice is that all those signs are gone, so I wouldn't mind, actually I'd like somebody to design some signs for the classroom. We will be using all those online tools again, so not a rush, but because we're not 6K anymore, I thought that old sign is no longer relevant. We have to embrace the change. We are 6JK now, so yeah, if someone could make a sign, that'd be great. Okay, as we come in, we can hear that storm. Okay, so as you know, we have our computer stations here, but also, as soon as you enter, there's some computers there. So I've set up a couple more computers up there. You can take those laptops out when there's power and use the Wi-Fi on it, of course, but I thought, you can stand up and use those. Laptop tray. So you can charge those. Lap desks all down there, scrap paper, I've tried to label as many things as possible. Spare notes if you're away, journals all go there. Now, if you wanted to hand in any work manually, or if I wanted you to hand in any work manually, just put it in this tray up top, and when I've marked it, I'll put it down below. But a lot of the times I won't tell you that it's marked, so you just check it every once in a while. And if it's not there for too long, just hassle me. Okay, now, with these computers, I would say maybe 1 to 2 people max. I would avoid using more than 2 people per computer because it gets very crowded. Also, up on these top trays, there are some mice, but also there's some headphones. So if you want to listen to something, I know like these computers don't have very good speakers, so plug in those headphones and feel free to use them. You can borrow them for iPads too. I would suggest bringing your own. I will speak to your parents about bringing in your own headphones. I'll put up some more new posters if you haven't noticed. Check them out when you come in. Yep. The iPad, as you know, the iPad tray is there. And then this little thing here is a Bluetooth keyboard, the wireless keyboard for anything that has Bluetooth on it. So iPads, iPhones, Androids, tablets, laptops, some computers have them as well. But yeah, so you could borrow that anytime you want. You might, ooh, wow, that's a big thunder. Now you might notice that there's a couple of these blank laminated sheets along the wall. One just there, a couple here. One there, and some there. Now what those are is they act like whiteboards. So please use them to write down any notes. Of course you can use this whiteboard at the back. You can use this makeshift whiteboard. It's not very good, but someone's already used it. I think it said How's Life, good, bad. But yeah, so if you're doing like group work, or even if you're just doing some research, or you suddenly got an inspiration or a great idea, I don't want you to lose it, so quickly just jot it down. And then you can continue on to it later. If you don't want people to rub it out, just say don't rub it out. So that's some stuff. Also, this idea wall, I've had this idea wall for a while. If you've been to my room before, you might have noticed that it used to be over there. And what we used to do was we used to have people get post-it notes and put them on for any ideas for the class, the lessons, or anything really. But it was in the corner firstly, so nobody really used it, and secondly, post-it notes were always missing. They couldn't find it even when they wanted it. So this year what I'm going to do is I thought let's just go use it all. So I want you to write on that wall. Use text as pens, but texters are probably better so people can see it. You know, you can be anonymous. Just don't do anything inappropriate, because then I'll have to just rip the whole thing down. But you know, write down any ideas on there with a texter. Let's get this whole thing filled out. Surely we have more than one wall full of ideas to improve the room. Anyone who has issues with iPhone and iPad connection to Wi-Fi, when the Wi-Fi works, of course, it's there. If anyone else if there's people in other classes that have issues, you can always direct them here. Okay, now this corner, you'll notice, I guess we can call it the Carpe Diem corner. It's very bright. Yep, there we go. This corner is supposed to be the design corner. If someone can make a sign as well, that'd be great. But this is the design corner. That's why all those cardboard boxes, see all those things on top of the shelf? So you got the cardboard boxes, and you got even that white tote tray. And if you look closely at some of these trays, with some of your books will go in here, but there's a few things that says craft materials. This is the place, you know, you can come and invent things. You feel free to use any of these resources here, these boxes. You can tear them apart. There's some masking tape in one of those trays. Build things, invent things, design things, and it's like the corner where you can do that. Yep. Here is headphone friendly too. If you only use headphones, it's fine. It's also the reading corner. That's why I've got all these bean bags. So you got a little class library. You can use this. This used to be our class chessboard, but it's been destroyed. So instead, if you want to play games, you can play them on this desk. I've got a little variety. I've got Monopoly and all those things. I've got this interesting game. Oh, there's chess set somewhere in there as well. There's also an interesting game there called Reversi, which I recently learned while I was in Japan. That's a really fun game if you know how to play. It's very strategic and very interesting. As I said, all your books are there. Your writing material, in case you're away. If you ever forget your pencil case or your bag for some reason, you don't have to worry. We've got lots of things donated involuntarily by students in the past. What else is there? Okay, now, this is the only place I really have to talk about. This is the only thing I probably won't change. This little place here is the quiet work area. So if you have a look closely on the desk, it's got headphone signs, which means you can use headphones, that's fine. But the main important thing is please here, you have to be quiet here. You can't, if you want to do group work here, there's plenty of areas here to be doing group work, depending how you want to do group work. But if there's people sitting here, do not approach them and talk to them, because people who should be using this area are for those people who have work to do, or they want to do work but they feel distracted, so they need to have their own space, some quiet time. This is where to come. Okay, if you need to catch up on homework or work on a project, or even just have some time to yourself and write a story or do some really hard equations, or I don't know what you like, draw a picture, you can do that here. Okay, let's see what else is there. I think that's about really it. All those cushions and bean bags and stuff, you can move them all. Like if you want to sit on the ground, like down here in this floor space, yeah, you can move them, but make sure you return them. I don't want to see them all over the ground every day. Also, these little milk crates with cushions on them, they should be together. They're supposed to be a seat. So don't take these cushions to put on chairs. Okay. If you want to sit on the cushion, you have to sit on the crate. Okay, these 4 computers, do not bring chairs there. Stand there. They're standing ones, okay? It's not going to kill you. Standing actually helps the blood circulate, get the oxygen through to your brain, and helps you think clearly. So don't stress, just stand there. I am going to be trying to get rid of a few more desks and chairs when I have some time. Finally, this little thing here, this little cardboard thing here, and if you look really closely, somebody actually made this last year. It says it says hobo chair. It's a chair. It was for somebody last year who couldn't afford their own desk because we're doing that money system. Yeah, and so a couple of students got together and they built a desk and a chair for her. So you can sit on that. It's not rubbish. I think that's about it. But basically, it's, as you can see, it's been organized into sections, depending, like thematic sections. So we have quiet work, lots of collaboration, lots of areas to write notes, all those whiteboards everywhere. A nice area to work on anything creative, because I'm a big believer, strong believer in creativity. It is at the core of everything. I put up some quotes to help you up there as well if you need to get inspired. And then we have our technology sections too. And of course we have the nice wide open floor. All right, so that's basically the theme, like group work, silent work, design, creativity, technology. And we also have our books for our traditional. Yeah. I think that's about it. I know it's a bit long and windy. I was going to try to make a proper one try to edit it, make it more snappy, but it's getting late and I have to go eat because I'm very hungry. So I'll do it in one take. And I've been here too long. All right, have a good weekend, guys. I will see you on Monday.